Shoreline was a dump, a landfill. Before that it was a pig farm, a junkyard. It was basically not a desirable area.
I remember back when I was park superintendent coming out here, and it was a pretty forsaken place, especially when it rained. You'd see oil on the surface of the water. There would be pigs out here. It was kind of a mess out here. And so Shoreline was really an attempt on the city to clean up all that blight that was out here.
There are so many stories here to tell. Rengstorff House has a long and sordid past, I guess you could say. Rengstorff House is the oldest home in Mountain View, built in 1867. The house was lived in by a family originally from Germany. Once the family left, it actually sat abandoned for quite some time, at which point a group called the Friends of Our House identified the home as a historic resource and fought to save the home.
It was moved, the original move, from down Shoreline Boulevard, then Sterling Road, into Shoreline. And it sat there, I think, for maybe 6 or 7 years, and everybody said, something's got to be done with it. Went to council, went to Parks and Recs. Everybody said, oh, it's too expensive. Burn it down and build a replica.
But also, deep down, I knew that I don't think the house could ever be saved. It was just way, way beyond any thoughts of putting a hammer and a saw and really restoring this house. And then when you went into the house, it confirmed what you believed.
The Hells Angels used to ride their motorcycles up and down the steps, and when it was in the original spot, every floor upstairs had a burn hole in it.
The stairs were just makeshift stairs. The handrail was a 2x4 board going up to the second floor. It was full of graffiti. There was graffiti in every room. People had knocked holes in the wall. You couldn't get any sense of what the wallpaper looked like. You couldn't get a feel for the house. You'd walk into the second floor and literally 100 pigeons flew out of different holes in the wall and the roof. And people kept saying this was a mansion at one time. This was one of Mountain View's finest houses. You could not even get past all the damage that had been done to the house, and neglect over the years. How can you get enthused about that?
We went to many council meetings, and it always got shot down. But the last council meeting, Glenn outright said he had a bulldozer standing guard in the morning. If it wasn't passed that night, he was going to knock it down.
It was such an eyesore. Of course, land was at a premium at the time when the city was being developed. A huge community effort was needed to save the home.
And we were prepared that night, if the council had voted against restoring and coming up with the money, approving the money for the house, that we were going to remove the house. And I was going to do that very quickly. It was going to be done within a few days after the council meeting.
And when he came up with this plan, he looked at me and he said, and you stay away from there, because I would have been out there in front of the bulldozer, and he knew it.
The final vote was just incredible. It was 6 in favor, 1 against. And so a 6-1 vote to restore the house for $1.2 million was a real win for all of us. And that really drove the enthusiasm. I mean, once the council, and you know that there is such a vote of 6-1 of confidence to restore it and the money to do it, you know, then it was away we went. Now it was one of our priority projects to get it done.